and maybe even see the facilities if you want to. So have you used our facilities before? Oh, no worries. We welcome first timers so much, and don't worry, we have loads of positive or rave reviews, as you probably saw online, about our facilities and for kids' birthday parties and everything like that. So you're looking to get a kind of full walk through all the information today. No problem, it's just that it might take a little bit longer than just simply booking, because you really want to get an idea of what we offer and what the prices are like, and so you can have book the best birthday party ever for your daughter and her friends. Yeah. So, I'm just gonna check my appointment book. Yeah, so you're in luck. I don't have any sessions or anything for the next hour, so we won't get cut short or anything like that, so I can give you a complete walkthrough. So if it's okay with you, we usually start by going over some of the frequently asked questions, so that you don't ask them later. They do get asked quite a bit, and it's good to get to know those things. That's okay with you, right? Oh, okay. I'm just might be reading from my screen a bit, because we do have them in a document on my computer. I can't remember everything from the top of my head, You know how it is, right? So the first question we get off so often by worried parents is, are our facilities safe? And of course, you're hosting a party with other people's kids, you want to guarantee their safety. You don't want them to come back from a birthday party harmed or anything like that. So yeah, of course the answer is we wouldn't be running our activities if they weren't safe. Safety is our utmost concern. We have taken great care to ensure that the activities we run have been assessed, our equipment is certified and regularly checked, our team is trained, and we have taken steps to ensure that you have fun without getting hurt. But there are risks, as with any adventure activity. Our activities are physically challenging, and persons with medical issues are strongly advised to contact their doctors before engaging in our activities. So we're happy to proceed. You don't think any person attending will have any problems if the activities are physically challenging? Okay. Yeah, so the next commonly asked question is, are activities supervised? And of course the answer is all of our activities are supervised at all times. Our team is a trained team of police vetted instructors. Our reception center has a comprehensive first aid kit, in case someone falls or something like that, of course, is possible. Site vehicles also have first aid kits, and our team are trained in occupational first aid. Of course, we don't want any injuries and don't encourage dangerous behavior between players of our activities, but there is a case where incidents do occur. Another frequently asked question, believe it or not, is parents asking about lost children or parents, and to answer that, we haven't lost anyone yet, which is good, right? Yeah, good to know. So yeah, the ages for our activities are 10 and up. So your daughter is over 10, right? Okay, great. Parents and guardians are asked to supervise younger children if they come along, if you have a younger child, or anyone else is a younger child and they need to come along, because you can't get childcare, you don't want to pay for childcare, whatever else, or no one else can watch them. They can come along, of course, but you have to supervise them. And they can't participate in the activities, of course. And so you're asked to supervise the children that are taking part in the assumes his responsibility or is relieved by a parent or guardian. So, you can't just drop off the kids and leave, You have to make sure a staff member is, takes responsibility for them. And of course, we ask you not to come only up to 15 minutes before the activity, not half an hour before and leave, We're not a childcare service, Parents, we assume, won't get lost, of course, and we have a zero tolerance policy towards alcohol. And this is for the parents, of course. I assume the children won't be drinking alcohol either way. That wouldn't be a worry, And yeah, so even if you're waiting, you're bored, the activities are taking a few hours, even if, of course you wouldn't be drinking and driving, especially while responsible for kids. But either way, someone else that is not the designated driver, whatever, should not be drinking, okay? So if we do spot someone in your group drinking, we will contact the staff member that is with the children, and the whole group will have to stop the activity early. No one wants that. It will be kind of banned from the place, That would be, embarrassing. So, yeah. Okay, no worries of that. Good. I didn't think so, but we have to check. You never know what can happen. So we also ask customers to register their details in case of a problem or an incident. Group organizers will be asked to register on behalf of their group. If you wish to receive photos of the children's activities or details of upcoming events and special offers via email, you can indicate this during registration. So next up, an important frequently asked question, and rightfully so, is what do the children need to wear? So when doing the activity, the children must wear secure closed-toe footwear, for example runners, hiking combat boots or Wellingtons, not flip-flops or Crocs, and something with ankle support is best. I say wellies aren't the best for running around. They would be good to keep off the mug, especially if it has been raining previously or currently raining, but it's not the best for running around, There's a lot of running in these activities, etc., depending on which ones they choose, activities you choose. We advise comfortable clothing. You don't mind getting dirty or wet, and rainwear is highly recommended, especially considering our climate. In the interest of safety, please remove all jewelry, loose clothing, scarves, etc. Mobile phone and tie a long hair back before undertaking activities. We also get asked about our Wi-Fi, and yes, we do have Wi-Fi for waiting parents, of course, not the children doing the activities. You should be able to read an email if there's something that really needs to be attended to, but you can't start watching Netflix on it. Not strong enough for that. We also get asked about refunds if the weather is bad. We do tell people that we are an outdoor activity center, and we try to run in whatever weather possible, including rain, and whatever weather comes our way, like the postal service. No matter what the post is going, unless a red weather warning is issued, that would definitely stop the day's activities. And in this instance, we will close the park, notify our customers, and make alternative arrangements for those who have booked activities. So don't worry, you won't lose your money, of course. But some simple rain definitely won't stop us. That would have to stop us way too much with how much it rains in this country, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's annoying, right? But yeah. So, our bookings refundable is another question we get asked, and yes, bookings are refundable, minus a small handling charge, which won't ever be given back, up to 7 days before your activities are due to start. However, less than 7 days, but more than 3 days notice, only half will be refunded, and less than 3 days, our customers that do not show or give any notice will forfeit the entirety of their booking fee. If you have any unexpected issues, simply contact us to make an alternative arrangement, and we'll do our best to help if possible. So if something really emergency comes up, that like a tragedy or something like that, we will do our best to accommodate, question we get asked frequently is food and drink allowed? And yes, customers are advised to bring a snack or packed lunch for sure. Plenty of drinks to stay hydrated, as long as they're not alcohol, right? But please remember, we have a Leave No Trace program, kind of a campaign, in place throughout the park, and any refuse, leftover food or containers must be removed. So it's basically like you weren't there or that the food was never there. It's important to note there's no shops or vending machines on site, no offered lunch. So any food that the kids or you will be eating, you will bring with you. Because this is important, a lot of our activities are very physically demanding. So it's good to have some snacks with you, depending on the time of day. If you come before lunch, perhaps a little break for lunch in the middle of your activities, and then get back out there, whatever. Or you come just after lunch and you bring a snack, whatever. We don't want anyone to become, not performing well enough because they haven't got their food, or we don't want any fainting like it has happened before. People haven't sufficiently fueled, or they have brought snacks but they haven't eaten them, and they're doing a lot of activities, running around a lot, and they do faint, and that does put a hold on the activity and maybe stop them participating in the activity, and no one wants that. We want everyone to be working to the best of their ability. So, we do get asked about photography or videography, your child's special day. People like to take pictures of them doing in action and all of that. So we do ask that you ask a member of staff before, taking lots of photos of everyone, because, at stages we have lots of different activities. We have multiple groups. We even have younger groups on site. There may be occasion when photography is not permitted, so please ask a staff member on site for permission before you begin photographing and recording. Everything is just common courtesy, and we will try to accommodate you in any way that we can. So next we can ask about what our activities are, of course. So our activities can range from 1 hour of archery, disc golf, orienteering, to a full day, 6+ hours, depending on the number of activities you choose to do. Another question we get asked is if there's a place to leave bags or lockers, and we say that we don't recommend you bring any valuables that you don't want to lose or part with accidentally to the site. There are no lockers available. You would have to leave any valuables or anything in the car, or if your child wants you to mind anything, you could hold it for them while they are doing the activity. And so of course, don't bring the diamonds. There's no use for them, and you don't want to lose anything. And we can't take responsibility for anything lost like that. So that is all the frequently asked questions for now. Do you have any questions for myself for the current moment? Okay, no. So, well, great. Feel free to ask any questions as pop into your mind. Let me move on to explaining the activities. So on certain days we might be booked out for certain activities at certain times or whatever. So certain options they may not be available. So if you're not flexible with dates and times, is there any specific dates that you're interested in? Okay, the 10th. So it's your daughter's birthday then, and you want it on the 10th. Okay, let's hope we have availability then. Let me check. Oh, so you're in luck. We are fully available for all activities on the 10th. So that's very good. So you mentioned you wanted a complete walkthrough of activities. Is that correct? No problem at all. We want to do anything possible to make sure that your start from as little as €5 for disc golf or orienteering, €10 for archery, or 15 for combat laser tag for an hour per child. And so what age is your daughter? Okay, so it's her 14th birthday. Well, that is perfect. Is there anyone in the group that is coming under the age of 14? Okay, no, your daughter is the youngest in her group. That is good news because we have our age restriction for paintball is 14 and up. So your daughter is eligible to play the paintball with her friends. So it's a little bit more expensive sometimes, just depending on deals and stuff. We'll get into that later. But many groups enjoy their experience very much. Paintball starts from as little as €25 per person for a recon package, 200 rounds, and €50 per person for a petrol package, 600 rounds. And we also have a special paintball bulk buy deal for groups to share for €85 for 1,100 rounds. Our children's birthday packages start from as little as €10 for 1.5 hours of combat laser tag, and a minimum of 10 children are required to book to avail of this package. Other activities may be added for additional cost. I'm just going to take a little bit of my drink. So refreshing, you know, when you just keep talking and it's a bit like tiring, you know, on the voice. Yeah, so yeah, I like to keep a variety of drinks with me when I'm working, you know, the desk, you know, to keep have that balance of the coffee but also the hydration of water, you know how it is. Yeah, totally. So I'm just gonna go over all our activities now. So again, I'll be looking at my screen, you know, to get the comprehensive explanation of each activity. Of course, I remember them all, but just explain them all in detail and, you know, put in all the details you may need. I do have to, you know, make sure I'm correct. So yeah, don't mind me if I'm looking down. So we do offer six activities in total. So laser tag, paintball, archery, disc golf, orienteering, and archery tag. So yeah, we'll start off with the top of the list, laser tag. It's a bit different from what you'll likely see at other places that offer laser tag, as they tend to be indoor laser tag, and we only have outdoor laser tag, which adds a different element to the experience. Our laser tag system is modeled on real weapons with realistic feel, rates of fire, reloads, and ranges from submachine guns and claymore mines. Our gaming system uses harmless infrared laser to register hits, so we change our games, battlefields, and difficulty settings, so whether your daughter or friends are newbies or seasoned veterans, you will always be surprised and challenged by this fun, action-filled combat adventure. So it's the perfect activity for a birthday party, as mentioned before. Price from €10 per person for 1.5 hours, so definitely a fun, affordable option for your party. So yeah, definitely an exciting one. And yeah, next up we have paintball. We provide only the best paintball gaming equipment. You'll be loaded with plenty of rounds, and our Tipman paintball marker, full head goggles, armored gloves, neck, chest, and lower body armor. We run both fast and other games suitable for various levels of players. Then we have archery, perfect for if your daughter and her friends are fans of Katniss from the Hunger Games. And funny enough, I just started watching the Hunger Games again yesterday. So our archers use the best equipment, including proton recurve bows, chest, arm, and finger guards. Our certified staff instruct archers on range safety and technique. We leave the accuracy part up to you, of course. Can't hit the bullseye for you. And next up we have disc golf. Yeah, many people have you heard of that? Yeah, many people haven't actually heard of this one. So unlike the others, it's a little bit less well known. Of course, it's probably obvious from the name. The game implies golf and discs, so it's on the concept of golf, but not with golf balls, you know. So the game combines golf and disc. We have 9 holes of fun through heathers around trees and rocks over drains. So lots of variety and difficulty to it. Competitors are given a bag of discs, each with different weights. So driver, mid-range and putters base off of golf clubs, and from a tee try to reach a hole. Basket in as few shots as possible and mark their scorecard. So they try to reach like a hole like in golf, so it's a basket in this case with discs and as few shots as possible, So a higher score is actually worse, as in golf you think high is usually good, but yeah, golf is the opposite. And mark their scorecard, yeah. So yeah, so what do you think? Does that sound good to you? Yeah, it does sound interesting. Maybe not as fun as the others for kids. Golf usually has the name of being like an old person sport, of course. Anyone can enjoy it, but yeah, maybe your daughter would prefer a different activity. But everyone does have their own interests, so it completely depends person to person. So next up we have orienteering. So it's teamwork, stamina, and applied intelligence are needed for this fun activity. Orienteering is a sport of getting immersed in nature and finding your way around without getting lost in the process. Teams are given a map and they must find our course markers, note the marker letters, and then finish the course in the allotted times. The course letters from an anagram. The team who returns and solves the anagram first wins. And this is a good one for big groups of people, especially. And the final activity is archery tag. Have you heard of that now? Yeah, that's another one many people haven't heard of as much. The game is a combination of 3 other main major sports, including dodgeball, paintball, and archery. So participants form teams and shoot at opponents with large foam tip arrows using a bow. To avoid injury, participants wear protective face masks and use bows with less than 13.5 kilograms draw weight. The game's rules closely resemble dodgeball. The game begins with a number of arrows in the middle. So like dodgeball, you run to get the balls. This time you run to get the arrows. At the whistle, the players race to collect them before firing at one another across the playing field. A player is eliminated if struck by an arrow, and a player can pin an eliminated team back until they catch an arrow. That was definitely similar to dodgeball. Usually kids have to play dodgeball in school, so they could be familiar with these kind of rules, yeah. A fun fact is that archery tag was created by John Jackson and introduced to the world by him in early 2011, but was only with the release of the Hunger Games movie franchise starting in 2012, 10 months after Jackson had created archery tag, that interest in the game really exploded. Jackson didn't create the games with the Hunger Games in mind, but was happy to integrate their style, spirit, and image into his marketing, of course, and presentation. Even staging archery tag events at premieres for each film in the series. If your daughter and her friends are a fan of the books/movies, it's definitely a good one. Are they? They are. Okay. Well, you know what? Since the birthday, I could probably arrange that. One of the instructors, I believe she's working that day. She could dress as Katniss because it was her for Halloween this year. I bet she still has the costume and, would be happy to wear it to make your daughter's party a bit more fun, No, it wouldn't be too much trouble if you do decide to go with either of the archery options. I could do that for you and make that happen, so it'd be a bit more fun, So, are you looking to make a decision regarding everything today, or do you want to discuss all this with your daughter first, but what is your thinking in that regard? Oh, wow, that is so nice. So it's a surprise party for your daughter. Well, great. How are you going to do that? Oh, yeah. So she knows that her and her friends are going somewhere, like for lunch or something, but they don't know they're doing this. Wow, yeah. It's good because because, you know, of course the friends have to be available and all of that, you know. And, so does she like surprises? Yeah. That's good because, you know, some people hate surprises, imagine, you know. But it's good that she does like surprises, you know. So how many people will be attending this party? Okay, so 6 people, including your daughter. It's a good, nice, even number. So it's not a huge group. Yeah. Yeah, I completely understand, you know. Especially if you're going to be paying for everyone and all of that, it can easily add up quickly, you know. I mean, we do have competitive prices, but for things like paintball, the equipment is included and all of that, you know, the actual paintballs themselves. So there's no really way to make it any cheaper for you, you know. It's good to have a good even number for teams and stuff like that. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, you're wondering what I would personally recommend. So, at first, you know, want to cater to the interests of the person whose birthday it is, you know. Has your daughter ever expressed any interest in these like activities before? Maybe perhaps done any of them before? Oh, yeah. Okay, so she's always wanted to try paintballing, but she says that it looks, you know, a bit painful, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about that. A lot of people worry about that. It doesn't hurt too much. It usually just feels like a firm flick, you know. This will depend on how fast the ball is going, the distance it travels, and where on the body it hits you. You should expect a few minor bruises and bumps after paintballing, but nothing to worry about. Just a little something to get used to at first. You know, at first when you have the first one hit you or so, you think, oh wow, but really nothing at all. So another question I have is, has your daughter's friends also expressed an interest in this? You know, you just don't want your daughter to be the only one that's enjoying her party, you know. Of course it's her special day, but you know, you want it to cater to everyone. You know, if she wanted to try but her friends didn't, it's probably best that she go at a different time with some other people that's more enjoy that, yeah. There's no point spending all that money for them to be miserable, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah, you think they'll all like it. They're all quite outdoorsy and enjoy shooting video games, yeah. Just don't want anyone not to enjoy themselves. I personally love paintball, but of course it's deemed a very masculine sport. So personally, if you know your daughter has expressed an interest in paintballing, maybe that should be a good activity, especially since she's turned the exact age you need to be to do the activity. It's like it's meant to be, you know. Yeah. The cost is quite high per person. My other recommendation would be to do two of what you think your daughter might be your daughter's favorite activities. That way they get to do a variety of activities, but it doesn't cost as much as if they were to do paintball and other activities. So either paintball and or like 2 other activities. I would say archery tag, because it combines the skills of archery but also the intensity of paintball, and costs €15 for 1 hour per person, €25 for 2 hours per person. Yeah, it's great fun. Has your daughter ever tried archery before? Oh, you think she has tried it with her brother like once perhaps? I'd also recommend laser tag. Yeah, it may seem similar to what you find in a lot of indoor places. The principle and equipment are similar, but the outdoors really adds a different element to the game. We also have different games the kids can play, such as, you know, capture the flag, which like the missions you have to complete in those video shooter games. You know, she likes like Halo and stuff. It may be better with more people, but it still can be very fun with 6 people. We have a special deal where you pay €10 per child for 1.5 is usually with 10 children. But let me just see, actually. Let me just check something on my computer. You know what? I think I can make a deal for you. If you book 2 activities, you can get the discounted price for just 6 people. How about that? Yeah, no worries at all. Usually the group would need to be at least 10 people to play, so they could get added to a group with, 4 other people or more. But, since it's their birthday, we can make a special exception. But you think they prefer to play by themselves, or they prefer to join a bigger group? Yeah, there's no really. It's just that with a bigger group, it can be a bit more difficult. But it can be just as fun with 6 people, especially for a birthday. So yeah, I'll just get you the total for the paintball versus these, 2 activities, the laser tag and the archery tag. So you can decide what you, prefer, or if you would prefer a different combo. So let me just calculate that up for you. Let just be a second, okay? Okay, and then so for the paintball it would be €150 for the cheapest option for 6 people. But we do also have that bulk deal for 1,100 rounds for €85. So for 6 people, that would be nearly the same amount of rounds you'd get in the 200 deal. So 183 rounds per person in this as opposed to 200. But you're making a big saving. Are you interested in that option? Great, so that would cost €85 for the paintballing. Typically a player would go through around 200 rounds in an hour, so 183 would be, just less than that hour. But, it really depends on, how often they shoot and stuff. We encourage players not to just shoot random loads in a row, actually aim. See that you're might hit someone and then go for it. Don't waste all your ones in one go, because maybe that would be okay if you had, unlimited rounds, but, there's a limit, and when you run out, you run out. Of course, the 1,100 could be divided a bit unevenly. Maybe your daughter would get more because it's her birthday, but it could be fair to divide them all evenly. Of course, you can decide that on the day. They can decide amongst themselves. So in this way, the paintball is actually cheaper than the archery tag, because I forgot about the deal, So paintball and laser tag would have cost about €145 for 6 children and would last about 2 hours, and that's like both of them together, about an hour each. Paintball and archery tag would cost about €180, and all 3 together would be €235 and would take about 3 hours. So which option are we thinking? Or do you want to explore other options? I would maybe suggest orienteering for a cheap alternative to one of the other activities, since it's usually about €5 per person, but since we usually need a minimum of 20 to do this, they will be needed to add to another group. They can't really go alone, and it wouldn't really be fair with teams, like with 6, 2 teams of 3, it wouldn't really make sense. I'm not really sure if they'd love the disc golf, and I would recommend archery if you didn't decide on archery tag, but archery plus archery tag, unless they were going on full Hunger Games theme, wouldn't really be too much archery for me, personally, I'd say. Honestly, with me remembering the new price of the paintball ticket, the paintball activity, it's the morning, forgive me, sorry, I'm a bit tired, maybe I should get another cup of that coffee. I would recommend the 2 activities be paintball and archery tag, or paintball and laser tag, because she said she had a special interest in doing the paintball. And I originally said paintball or 2 of the other activities, but I wouldn't say or now, because the paintball price is more affordable even than archery tag by itself, you know what I mean? So you don't need to break the bank for this party, and I'm sure there are other costs as well. That's for 2 hours, and then you're gonna maybe go for pizza after, cake, whatever else. So this isn't gonna be the only cost you're paying so I'd say 2 hours will be plenty. And like, you know, as well as depending on the pizza and cake or whatever you're doing, cake, I assume that will be probably at least 4 hours, you know, with the commute here. I don't know how far you live away, but the party's gonna at least be 4 or 5 hours. That's probably enough, you know. Yeah, so I'm sure that's more than enough to spend. We don't need to do the 3 activities, you know. They can come back another time. And I think you should prefer a present or something if it was an either or scenario over another hour of activities. What do you think? Okay, perfect. You agree. So archery tag or laser tag is the main decision left to make if you want to do the paintball. Okay. Yeah, you want to do the paintball. So archery tag is something a bit different, but since they haven't tried paintball, maybe it's best not to introduce 2 new activities at once. But I'm sure they'd love it, and look, it doesn't really matter introducing 2 activities. Has she tried laser tag before? Oh, brilliant. She loves it. I think just go with the laser tag and the paintball, because even if she doesn't like the paintball, you know she has the laser tag and she loves that. And that's €30 less than the archery tag. So yeah, unfortunately I can't offer the same, you know, good deal with the archery tag. And you know, if you do I said I'll do the deal for €10 per person if you do 2 activities. So with the paintball that would work out. Okay, so you want the paintball and laser tag for €145. Excellent choice. And you know, if we still have availability on the day, you could maybe add another hour of activity if they're really enjoying their day. If we have space for it, of course. You know, just an option for you to think about. Yeah, usually activities should be booked in advance, but since you already have a booking, we can add to it if there's availability in the desired activity. So, what time are you looking for on the 10th? Let me just open up the booking page here on my computer. Okay, it's open. So the 10th is a Saturday. Our opening hours on that day are between 9:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. and we have a full availability, like I said before. Do you want to book today? No, you don't have to book today, but I can't guarantee any time slot or even the date without a booking, because, you know, if other people book first, you know, we have to give, you know, priority to them if they're paying. Then we do currently have full availability on that day, but I envision it could get busy. You know, you're thinking about this a bit in advance, but as it gets closer, people start to book them for last minute and all of that. And especially it is a Saturday, people at work in the week, have school in the week. It's a perfect thing, you know, not the first idea to have a birthday here or friends meeting up on the weekend. People of all ages come here. People have to work in the week, come at the weekend to let off some steam, you know, with their friends. Okay, yeah, okay. So what time would suit you? Wait, so since this is a surprise, you are certain that everyone can make it? Okay, and you okayed it with the girl's parents? Yeah, and did you okay that they could do this activity? Like, they were okay with them doing adventure activities, perhaps including paintball and all of that? Okay, that's good, yeah. You know, don't want them to, you know, make a fuss and you've already paid and all of that, but yeah. Perhaps an afternoon time frame that wouldn't interfere with meal times. They'd definitely plenty of energy, as I mentioned earlier, for all that running around. And how about after lunch, like maybe like 2, and then we'd be finished a bit after 4. Then you can go for dinner after, if that is in your plans or whatever. Okay, so you like that idea? Perfect. So it's good that you're booking this now, because the afternoon will be a pretty popular time, you know, because in the morning people want, you know, sleep in on the weekend, but people don't want to be at an activity centre too late. Well, most people anyway. Most people, like adults or something, if they're doing it, you know, do paintball in the afternoon and go for drinks in the evening, you know. And just other than that, you know, children, parents don't want to be driving around in the evening around Saturday and pick them up from activity centres and all of that. Also, sometimes it gets, you know, darker at night, you know. So yeah, is there any particular order you want to do the activities in? It's important for the booking because they kind of take place in kind of separate areas. But paintball and like laser tag could commence like simultaneously. So if another group books that, we want to make sure that you have them in the right order that you want. So what would I recommend? Well, I would say laser tag then paintball because the paint, we haven't discussed it, but they do get on the clothes. However, I'd recommend everyone bring a change of clothes so they can change after paintball. But either way, if they brought a change of clothes, it wouldn't really matter what order because they would still have clean clothes for the laser tag. But maybe I think it's just best to do the paintball second. And also, either way, the change of clothes, even if they're going right home to change, but they probably won't. They probably go to yours for like pizza or something. Were you planning that? Yeah, you were pizza and cake or something. But yeah, so especially you don't want them sitting in your car or the parents' car or whatever with the paint, on. Even though I'm sure it will come off in the car as well, but you don't want to deal with all that mess, right? Yeah, that is a good question. The paintballs are non-staining, non-toxic, and biodegradable. As such, the paintball fill will not permanently stain your clothes. It will be on the clothes, but they will come right out when you wash them as normal. Still, don't want paint in the car, right? Okay, so you're happy with booking that. So 2 to 3 laser tag and 3 to 4 paintball around those times. Yeah. Okay. Let me just put a special note that I'm giving you this discount because it's only 6 people, but you're booking 2 activities and it's a birthday. Yeah, let me just say that. No, don't worry, I won't get in trouble. My boss is like quite nice and he really likes birthdays, so yeah. So, and since you didn't pick anything to watch, I'm assuming you don't want the instructor to wear the Katniss costume. But it couldn't hurt. It could be fun. Are you sure? Okay. Can I get your full name for the booking? Okay, let me just write that down. Okay, yeah, and your email address. Okay. Is that a K or a C? Yeah, okay. And a phone number. Okay, perfect. Good, so that'll be €145. How would you like to pay today? We accept cash, vouchers, debit and credit cards. Okay, so credit card. Let me just input that amount in the card reader machine. Okay, here you go. Would you like your receipt? Yeah, okay. So, we'll send you a booking confirmation via email and a reminder email the day before your appointment, as well as a reminder text, so you definitely will not forget. In case you don't check your email frequently. I mean, it happens, yeah. I mean, I'm sure you won't